And we are live. Welcome everybody to another stream. Um, and obviously yesterday I didn't stream, um, and that was due to the fact that I did still have the tail end of Storm Babette where I live, so I thought it best not to stream in case it fucks up something, like if it disconnects my Wi-Fi or something. So yeah, that's the other reason why I didn't stream. But I don't have D&D today, so I figured I'd make up for it by streaming today. So I hope you all enjoy. We're going to be doing the physical DPS Sinita questline with Lue-Reeq here. I'm just having to do a few things first, because obviously I need to share everything about and stuff. I wanted to show, wasn't it? Share. Copy link. So I'm sending it to multiple people on Discord. Because I could send it to this person. It's been a while since. No. Yeah, I could send it here. As well as to here. But these two servers really aren't active anymore. That's not good. It's kind of for them, and then I need to do my Tumblr. Need to keep getting into the habit of doing it with Tumblr. This other thing, when you're doing it with YouTube, you kind of have to just do things as you start streaming. And I'm not one for having those like stream is loading sort of. There we go. I'll leave that, and on this part. Don't know why top chat needs to keep being a thing when you know for a fact nobody ever uses that. It's a live chat. So yeah, I really don't know what's with the music here. all of a sudden. It's been like that ever since the last stream. But yes, time to go ahead and start doing things with Lue-Reeq. So actually another thing. So as you can see, I'm still running the FC. The FC rank is now 8 due to the work that me and Ren have been putting in. Ren more so than me. So yeah. Obviously with Soul Apocalypse we've changed our FC thing because originally it was swords, now it's claw marks. We have to go to Kaluja. Depending on how quick this ends up going, I may also do Palace of the Dead. As well as also depending on how I feel. I'm going the wrong way to try and search for the bear-like Sinita. Right. Oh, try to lay down arm and legs. Oh. Oh. For a moment, I thought those were some really, really weird exotic birds. Oh god, my brain. I have only just like woke up not long ago, so my brain is a bit fuzzy still. Oh, a blue dodo. What is it called here? Island Rails. Okay, should be able to find that bear soon. Hate to say it, Dante, but it seems we're late to the party. One bird and his mate slew the bear before we could. So it's true then. You've cast your lot in with the boy. Poor daft sod. But I don't understand. The eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, that's the problem with relying on hired help. They're loyal to your coin, not you. You're not the only one willing to open his purse. But more importantly, Reek, what's this I hear about you hunting Andre? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff saying you didn't need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like, help or no. You've no chance of beating me to the prize. 'Cause unlike you, I'm not all talk. Neither are my mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost you to buy his friendship? Do tell. Piss off, Landbird. Why are you still here? You got your mark, didn't you? You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, I want to smack his teeth out. You have questions, I'm sure. As you may have surmised, Landbird was once a comrade of mine. Took him into my service so we might hone our skills battling sin eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working friendship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride and instead resolved to recruit new companions, that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late. So much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time to tracking lesser eaters. We must devote our undivided attention to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystal. But before we depart, I have one other matter to attend to in Ilmo. If I might trouble you to accompany me, but of course you won't. Let us be off. You want me to go into Yulmo? I don't even know if we can even get into Yulmo anymore. I'm surprised it's begun. Oh. The understory. I'll be pulling my legs in one place when really it's in another. Oh god, it seems to be... Oh, it's in the beehive. Oh no. If I remember correctly, the beehive is... Yeah. Lue-Reeq, why are you here? Allow me to introduce you to my father and mother. Father, this is my traveling companion, dear friend Dante. He and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly sin eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is, but to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Norvent shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? So long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever quarry you desire. I can do without all the petty details. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind, just give the boy my coin purse, would you? Sure, will suffice for his trivial pursuit. This is why you are here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. God, how many people do I feel like smacking the teeth out of? You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coins, Father. We're leaving. Dante, right now. Oh, let me smack some people. Well, I mean, I kind of was, but... No. Dante, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausted myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. So you haven't gone outside either for a bit? Well, of course. Sure, this is the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all. For it recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld at Vendere's past could hold the clues for which we have been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before, and I had. My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. It was a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious monarch, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in a desert, and they attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunter a fatal weakness, and so in the ensuing struggle her comrades were killed, leaving her the sole survivor to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Then there can be no doubt. Lue-Reeq is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Olvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Lue-Reeq being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death. I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Lue-Reeq's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Olvara lives in Gate Town on Kaluja. Let us be off then. Dante, this is Miss Olvara, the wet nurse, who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age, she was forced to leave. Why, you've grown into such a strapping young man. But I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit, my little Reeq. Not in front of him, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light Lue-Reeq? Of all the reasons you could have heard. Aye, those stories were of Lue-Reeq, the greatest bounty hunter of our day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's minds when I was younger. And for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death. As sin eaters. But despite all of that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve her, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations, as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventures and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. And it's true, the hero who I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow as you had to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Alvara, Dante and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me may help guide our search, namely the one about the great horned beast that killed our friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked, right, is that? Oh my little weak. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Vendare's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing, from miles away, even by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beast never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch. Eventually, Vendare would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades earned fame and fortune. As the reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Norvent, the Devourer of Souls, Balam quits. But what Vendaray did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing. For when she faced Balam quits, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbird and his fellow warrior of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends or how their deaths weighed heavily upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing even stronger, as did Vendaray. While in Kaluja, she even devised the means to defend against the powerful war that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while engaged in adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Vendaray's ears. Balam quits, Scourge of Northern, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the city as swamps. It was a golden opportunity. To seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she had her own. So it was that Vendaray ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Alarmquits, alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Vendaray, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become the sin eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Alvara, for everything. I promise I will visit you again soon. So, Dante, remember that theory I told you before, the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Quitz, the one that took her from Armoreng to Kalusia, then the next destination must be a Deku Great One. Right! That was where she laid low the beast at last, in the City Swamps, to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek. There's an awful lot of people who don't know about Renderay, or the world for that matter. So wherever you go, and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself. And be safe. Dante, was it? It is such a pleasure to meet a friend of yours. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities they could. But when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it is a miracle that boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. Nope. Wrong bit. Completely wrong bit. I need to be going this way. I always get confused when it comes to this bloody thing. In your favorite place, then? Lahi Land. I still need to start doing fates around here. We have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search efforts. Keep your weapons at the ready, man. About time our luck took a turn for the better. There she is. I wish you were all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. You have a scar to settle, you bloody bastard. And this time I'm ready for your tricks. Oh, that is a massive collide. Holy jeez. I have to relive this? God, I only just managed to actually make that then. Down to half HP. Jesus Christ. Okay. Still gave him, still wanted to keep the trophy, huh? No, 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 it's not the time for this. Ugh. There we go. Just managed to do that in the nick of time. Jesus Christ. That's because my TV decided to be on the stupid side. Not bad. I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, there wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much. But I haven't told you about my old partners. Together we tracked and claimed countless notorious mags throughout Northern. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Balam quits. I survived. They didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot. I thought that maybe with your help, I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret, it's just... You never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not your comrades through thick and thin? These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you. What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse us to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brandon and Gilbert are whispering about behind me back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. This one's worth a fortune, eh? And fame besides. The wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh God, not another night to remember. Don't you worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory. The small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balanquit's demise, until our burst drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. Drenderve, I trust that the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. There I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs. Selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, I'm cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill. I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance of slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. Perfectly capable of hunting this sin eater on my own. Last time I told you to piss off. Upon our return to Gate Town, you will be given your final payment. We will be free to go our separate ways. Oh, excuse me. I was like, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Consider this the form of disillusion of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names Reeq and Dante in the same breath. Yes, never again. With that, I bid you good day. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, and come and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. So let's see, level 78, friendship restored. Ooh, you get risotto al nero. I'm sure a talented man like yourself is needed all over the world, so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think he may have been the only friend he has had for some time. I considered journeying to the quest area myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If he would go in my stead, it would put my heart at ease. Lue-Reeq, Mr. Lordly? Yes, on his usual table, then I have no idea where else to look. Looking for Master Reek, are we? I dare say you're the only one. But his mummy and daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw, he was moping about like someone had shot his ammo. I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. Jesus. Collusion, right? Lue-Reeq's partner was with Landbird, remember? Was. I ought to stress, because after we left you, we headed straight to Raktika and heard a rumor Andrea was there. Landbird wanted to strike while the arm was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Landbird fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. You can wait, I still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Landbird rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened, to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles, and not one of them was returned. Didn't expect Lue-Reeq to be one of them, neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Raktika alone. You mean him there, I presume? Good luck, friend. I have no doubt you're going to your doom. I think after this I might try and make a bit of food. Because I've yet to eat. Granted, I've obviously only been up for like an hour, but still. Should have probably got a bit of food before recording. Not recording, streaming. Dante? Why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... And the third time our gift is kicked in. Well, this time we're seeing Lue-Reeq. Lue-Reeq, if all of you remains, then hearken to my words. I have come to lay your soul to rest alone, as you yourself faced Balaam quits a century ago on this very ground. Lambert? Oh God, no. Well, she made quite a few new sin eaters. Don't tell me. You beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? I thought as much. It wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours. I don't understand why you kept using it every time we went into Andrea. Not something I can control. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She turned Lambert and those other hunters into sin eaters like herself. A Hume axeman, a Galdian swordsman, a dwarven healer, an elven mage. It's awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding a fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balaam Queets. But Venderay slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. She did not. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? God, strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for the things I said, Dante. I've regretted my behavior ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical, and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. Thank you, my friend. I hope it is alright if I call you. Right then, Andrea should be around here somewhere, still on the hunt for Balaam Queets. I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I'd not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. We all do. And the very most of all. She is my hero. If I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. This is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone. I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together, you and me, my friend. What say you? I ask for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let us return to Gate Town and let Miss Olvara know all as well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. No, you'd have probably been dead by the time I got here. If I just decided to come on a whim. Dante, what a pleasure to see you again, in the company of Lue-Reeq, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes. And it is all thanks to you. Had you not implored him to give me another chance, I might well still be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought her out on your own, but I am glad that you did. So Vara is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? Before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Dante, as I could tell you're about to, know that I've prepared a hearty meal just for him. Oh, that's thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united Reek and Dante are unstoppable. Here's what I would like to say, but I know my limitations better than anyone. It would be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. We should see to it that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. Capture card. Now is not the time for this bullshit. Oh, we got some Heaven's Eye material. Some Savage Aim and Savage Might. Nice. Dante, my friend, my pal. I trust you already? Good, good. That is very good indeed. For before we depart to face Andrea, for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial powers. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. I was well aware. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come, have been entirely for my benefit, though the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. I think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers, but before we might have only to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5. For my preparation, I am still no more than likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Elvira while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. We call you Rendere's greatest strength or weakness, her preternatural hearing. We can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I may make up for with guile. While it will not guarantee its victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. 1,000 pardons, Master Reek, but I have come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Dad, what does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have been engaged in the hunting of sin eaters, in gross violation of your most sacred values. He commands you to cease all such activities at once, and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and mother the following, that I am Lue-Reeq, proud bounty hunter, slave of sin eaters, and that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents. I have no family save Miss Elvira, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right, now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Dante. I never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. Even though it wasn't at his parents, it was at the footman. Oh god, I feel... Oh god. Never mind the time, I want the 8th one. Crystalline mean. Indeed I... Oh, for the love of... This thing's getting on my nerves now. Capture card's pissing me off. That's always nice. Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that could generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the strangest requests I've heard? No, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sound. I think I've got just the recipe for your needs. I need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go and fetch them for me. Fetch? What precisely is it that you require? Well, there's this one particular beastie native to Karusha who's got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better. We use a few variety of grasses native to Vaktika and some iron ore from Armor. I'll give you a list if you like. To wit, I will need to travel to the far corners of North and back. Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I thought. No more excuses. I will do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks on you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Alright, guess I'm just waiting for his return. Over at his table. Here. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. The gentleman was rather accommodating, despite being somewhat put out that I had not any guilt to pay him for his labor. He was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. But now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. I'm getting fed up with you now, Capture Card. Fucking behave. I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea's. Let us put an end to a terror method. In so doing, fight the opening of ours. That of Reek and Dante. Bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Actica and Gloria await. Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Rendere the peace our hero deserves. What in the hell? Who has this sort of fucking problem? I feel like it's you. Heal is done. What did you do to deserve so much attention? What a freaking hatred he has for you. Oh god. Andrea. We won. Even seeing it and saying it, it hardly feels real. Crystal that she had. It's completely gone. You're Lue-Reeq, the real Lue-Reeq. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balan quits, the Shadowkeeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together, no matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low, we felt it too, didn't we? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny remainder in our final, futile effort, even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more? What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. The final thoughts put within the crystal. I don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. Thank you, Dante. I could have never gone this far without your help. I had no idea who Lue-Reeq or any of the other warriors of light truly were. It was all ancient history to me. How would I care who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. Made it all easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping to lay Lue-Reeq's soul to rest. Miss Elvira is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Karuja. Let her know we're all right. No, that is Andreas. I could probably just count this as a little mini stream. Yeah, I think just this 1.5 hours will be. We'll see how things end up with Lue-Reeq. My little Reek, Dante, congratulations on a job well done. From one hunter to another, thank you for helping mend the way to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too. It broke my heart to know what I'd become. To have your legacy tarnished so that the world call you villain. Even still, but at least I could take comfort in knowing she could finally enjoy a lost. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Linda Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. Jesus Christ. Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. I've been meaning to ask, Dante, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these Warrior of Light than you've been led on. What exactly do you know about them? Then, it is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, and to halt the flood. Wicked white. Must have taken us so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of a desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged an unshakable bond. Her comrades. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection. But I would like to think that if you were not a peril, that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Vendevey were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others without even knowing if it would amount to it, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I am a child, and a fool who knows little of the world. I've been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of sterner stuff, Dante, far sterner than me, and that is why I know I can never walk your path. There's no shame in that. Oh, but there is. I cannot recall a time I have felt happier and more alive than when I have travelled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? You are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Elvira used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become, made me realise how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone and in squalor. I have decided it will not be so. I shall return to Kaluja and attend to her needs, for I will do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. Good on you, Lue-Reeq. Good on you. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear the celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension of the glorious partnership that was rekindled. Bounty hunters extraordinary. Should you ever find yourself in Kaluja, however, do come and pay us a visit. So yeah, that probably wraps it up for this stream. Been going for an hour and a half, and I was starting at like what, the level 74 quest. So for the other quests, considering I'll be, holy Jesus, it's finally sold. Good lord, I never thought that thing would actually go. Jesus Christ. That reminds me, what else has has anything else sold whilst I was offline? Jesus. I'm just there waiting for just something to be sold or something. Oh, something else did sell. What else sold? Oh, some coffee biscuits. Okay. Some of the, oh wow, the actual big stock actually sold. Wow, okay. I'm happy with that. So yeah. I'm actually quite surprised at that. So yeah, I shall end off this stream here. It has been fun. It has very much been a lot of fun. And we got to know a little bit more of Vendevey, who used to be known as the Warrior of Darkness in the Source, and the Warrior of Light here in Northern, in the First. But until next time, where we shall be taking on the Healer DPS. Sorry, not the Healer DPS. The Healer... the Healer questline for the Sin Eaters. I shall see you all next time. As you can see, Black Mage will be for the magic. Paladin will be for the tank. Hopefully I'll be able to get those sorted, because you need to go all the way up to level 80 just to finish the quest line, so I'm still gonna have to level up Black Mage and Paladin quite a bit. So yes, until next time, I shall see you all later.